Let's start. For those of you that are with us on YouTube and can watch, you can take a look at these numbers put up by the Kansas City offense. Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, we're kind of accustomed to this, but even by their standards, it was off the charts. So I'm glad you picked it as a deep dive game. And let's start right there. I don't want to take this for granted when they're making these kind of connections and putting up these kind of numbers. What stood out about what they did yesterday?
All right, well, first thing, the TV can lie sometimes, right? You think, oh, man, why did Todd Bowles play so aggressive on Tyreek Hill and do those things? Listen, was he a little over-aggressive? Yes, okay. But I know, maybe I thought it was too aggressive. And when I watched back the film, I went, all right, yes, they got burned a few times. But, I can't sit here and just totally fault Todd Bowles all the way. I mean, first off, like we said, Tyreek, Mahomes, they're special, right? They were on fire yesterday. Mahomes was made some throws that were just unreal in the football game, all right? And I think Kansas City's offense has kind of reached a new level here where you can't just play, we're going to play soft zone and bend but don't break, and they'll lose their patience. No, that's over. They've already cured that. They've already proven to the NFL that we saw the Raiders game last Sunday night. They were willing to go 6-5 and 6-5 and 6 and do that. They have enough of an offense now to where you can't play sit back and zone coverage and think, we'll make a few plays and get off the field. No, so that's not going to happen. They started off the game trying to play zone. But they were getting picked apart. And that's, of course, defensive coordinators are going, man, I'm not going to sit here and just let him pick me apart all day. So he tries to take a few chances. All right? So, hey, the first touchdown pass, the 75-yard touchdown pass, let's cover 3. It's not man-to-man. Carlton Davis is wrong for one aspect. He has the deep third. Let them throw the 10-yard out route. Let them throw it. You're not in charge of that area. I know it stinks that they're going to get that completion, but when you play Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, sometimes you got to go, I'll give that up so I don't give up the other 65 yards on the touchdown pass. And so he makes a mistake there. Flat out. There's nothing you could say about that. Then, you go into the next touchdown pass. You have the Tyreek Hill 44-yard pass, the deep crosser that we see them so good at, right? Breaking that down. Now, that's man-to-man coverage. Now, I think, yes, Bowles is a little frustrated at this point. He's going, damn, they're picking me apart in zone. I don't want to sit here and just die a slow death. So he's trying to pick his spots of when, all right, I'll play man-to-man here because they got a lot of weapons and I don't want them to get a 4-yard completion or whatever that is. Well, Carlton Davis, man-to-man, on the inside of 3 receivers to Tyreek Hill, running 3 verticals to the left. This is a concept we talk about all the time with the Chiefs. Yeah, it's an impossible spot.
Can a team play man-to-man against the Chiefs?
You can, but you have to do it the right way.
But somebody's going to end up on Tyreek Hill.
No, you're right, and that's where you have to be creative of at times doubling them. At times you're playing man-to-man, but the free safety's really cheating over there or giving the quarterback, what we would call bastard looks, right? To be like, hey, I'm over here. It's really cover 2. It's really cover 2. Oh, it's single safety. It is man-to-man, but I'm kind of hanging out here still too to where you don't feel real comfortable about it.
Right.
This was just like, hey, it's you and him, the whole field. Go ahead.
It's just, that's impossible. Is that an accident? That's the only way you can look at it and say, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. He didn't really think that any one of those guys could stick with Tyreek Hill. So
he's gambling a little. He's taking a calculated risk there.
So to the way that you kind of summed it up a moment ago, you said, you can play man against the Chiefs, but you have to do it the right way. Is that right way with the true double team or with the true man free, where the free safety is patrolling the whole field, but he's really patrolling Tyreek?
Yeah, I think all work. The teams that I've seen be successful, whether it's the Raiders when the first time they beat the Chiefs, the Patriots when they've given the Chiefs issues, certain plays, they just go, we're doubling them. We're playing man-to-man, we're doubling them. Hey, this play, it's man-to-man, but safety, cheat over there and help out a little bit. Oh, it's single safety, man-to-man, but we're going to, have 2 safeties in the middle, one deep and then one being that robber rat to just kind of, hey, again, that helps a DB too to go, okay, wait, I got help inside. I can take out the outside. Even though it's still man-to-man, there's areas where I'm less vulnerable than others, right? So you can change it up this way. This way was just like, hey, screw you. It's the fastest guy on the planet, and we're not helping you anywhere.
Right.
And that is impossible. I've only seen really one guy, as I mentioned on the show this morning. Jalen Ramsey's the only guy I've seen that consistently you could go man-to-man on an island, no safety help, and he's held his own against Tyreek Hill. Anybody else in football, even Stephon Gilmore, needs help at times. And that was just an enviable position for Carlton Davis, who's a very good football player.
Yeah. And he played very well against, was it Aaron Rodgers and his receiving corps recently also.
Just say this with Carlton Davis, because people are going to go, oh, Carlton Davis, who is he? And I don't know. Pete, where's he rated as PFF ranking and Carlton Davis and all that? All you need to know is this, okay? Carlton Davis, I'm sure his PFF grade's not going to be great because he's put in tough positions.
Yeah.
They obviously think he's damn good enough to be on an island with Tyreek Hill. Now, did they miscalculate that a little bit? Sure.
Overconfidence.
Okay, but that's still telling you what type of player they think he is.
Yes.
And Todd Bowles and Arians and them aren't that stupid. I mean, they're not that far off. And, yes, so they abused that a few times when they got one-on-one, or at least in a one-on-one opportunity with Tyreek and Carlton Davis.
Couple of follow-ups here.
Yeah.
One, I'm going to lean on one of our friends here. This is a question from Twitter at Mikey Troy 65, and you've touched on this a little, but maybe it's a different way of getting at it. What's your opinion of Todd Bowles as a coordinator for Tampa Bay? His defenses are statistically good, but always seem to wither in big games. Wonder if you have a thought there. There are constant coverage miscues and an inability to adapt and contain the opponent's best weapon. Thank you. Love the show.
I think there's some real, what I would say, the inability to adapt and take away the team's best weapon is what bothers me more than anything. Now, I'll go back to, Vita Vea not being able to play and being out for the year has changed their team a little bit. They're not as good as pass rushing. They're not as good as dominant up front as they were in the run game. Vita Vea was a hell of a player and really made JPP and Shaq Barrett even better because you couldn't step up in the pocket. So that's made them have to tinker with some different things. There's inconsistencies. Hey, they're young on that defense, and especially in the secondary, so they've messed some things up throughout the year. There's no doubt about that. Has there been some wrong approach by Bowles in certain games? Yes. I think there's been games where you go, wait, why are you playing so much zone and letting Drew Brees just pick you apart and do that? Or Teddy Bridgewater and Pat, get in their face. What do you get scared of? But there's a balance here with Kansas City, and to where this went with Todd Bowles, too, he made some right adjustments as the game went on. I mean, we saw Kansas City went into a lull the second half.
They did.
Now, a little of that is Kansas City, but,
which part of the Bucs defense was it?
I'm gonna get to it right now. So this is where it's like we have the first touchdown pass, the out and up versus cover 3. We have the second touchdown pass, the inside deep crosser with the 3 verticals. Okay? Mm-hmm. That was 5-man rush, one-on-one. Man, I would have loved that extra rusher who didn't get close to the quarterback to be back there helping out against the fastest guy we've ever seen in football. Mm-hmm. Man, that would have been nice. Oh, third touchdown, perfect throw down the sideline, empty set.
Candidate for best throw of the year.
Right. Yeah. I mean, laser beam, right by Carlton Davis's ear, who's in great coverage.
He was right there. I know.
So it's great coverage. All right. Guess what?
What?
5-man rush. Right. Yeah, right. Stop that crap, okay? Haven't we learned you can't blitz Patrick Mahomes, and 5-man pressure ain't going to do crap? That's not going to do diddly shit. You're wasting your time. Go kiss your sister with that crap, right? I mean, that's what you're doing there.
Yeah.
And the game went on, and, hey, they still dabbled in in some zone coverages, because you can't play man-to-man every play, but they got into some third downs where they doubled Tyreek and doubled Kelsey. Oh, it's just a 4-man rush with everybody back, right? And, they're really playing no safety in the middle of the field, but taking away some things that, threw some curveballs at the Chiefs' offense, who, as I said, kind of stalled out late in the game.
But very late in the game, a little bit over 2 minutes left, they got the ball back. The Bucs had just scored. So if they get a stop, maybe give up just 1 first down or 0 first downs, they're going to get the ball back and have a shot.
Yeah.
They didn't even come close to stopping them. I think they reeled off maybe 3 consecutive first downs.
Right.
It was Mahomes back there doing a variety of Mahomes-type things. But what happened at the end there when they had showed promises of, or it was a promising second half stopping Kansas City, but then when they absolutely had to have it,
I know.
Not a shot.
Well, this is what's frustrating about Kansas City, and we're going to get into this aspect of their offense here in a minute, too, because it's just, I'm sick of this, attention to detail. It's Brady and the Bucs. We're coming out firing, laser focus. Whoa, we're kicking their ass. Hey, this is fun. We're in Tampa. It's cool. Look at the palm trees. Oh, wait. We gotta execute again? No, wait, we're only up by 3 with 4 minutes left. And then they all of a sudden they execute. And you're like, what the hell are you doing? At the end of the game, Mandy calls a few good run plays. Mahomes scrambling.
Yes.
Really is what closed the game out. I mean, he had 2 scrambles for a first down. One early in the drive where he scrambled to get a first down to the right side. And then he had a second down where he kind of moved around and ran to his left and found a gap and got a first down there. So that, and then just a few creative short passes, like especially the last one. Let's talk about the last one. You'd have that old sprint left option play,
What was
right?
that one too?
That was the Tyreek Hill to end the game.
Yes.
He caught it right on the boundary and then went down, right? So, they're running sprint left option, the old, Joe Montana, Dwight Clark in the back of the end zone to beat the Dallas Cowboys, but they're going to do a different route combination. Tampa's playing 2-man. They're playing 2-man. So they're going to let their corners be aggressive because they know it's I think it was 3rd and 6, maybe 3rd and 7. We want our corners to be able to be aggressive, to not give them an 8-yard completion or a 9-yard completion. Well, all right, so Mahomes gets the ball. He sprints to the left. It's Watkins and Tyreek Hill to the left. Watkins on the outside, Hill on the inside, and they do a switch release. Watkins goes over the top. Hill comes underneath. So what does that do right there? Carlton Davis can't follow him underneath here. He can't, because if he follows him underneath, he's going to be trailing him, and then Mahomes is just going to throw him a line drive, and he's going to get a first down. He's going to be one-on-one on the safety, and who knows, he might score. So Davis knows this. He knows that teams pick when you get into these type of defenses. He goes over the top. And, of course, in going over the top, he has to respect Tyreek Hill's speed, too, now, because he's a little bit of a catch-up, let me meet him at this point spot. And then Tyreek Hill throws on the brakes, and there's Mahomes hitting him on the money, and that's the game. But, those type of plays that close out the game should have been done 40 minutes before. That's what's frustrating about Kansas City. It was 27-10. They got the ball twice at 27-10 and didn't go down and get more points to put the game away. And he misses McCole Hardman on an RPO, wide open up the left seam. It's a touchdown. Mahomes could have broke the passing yardage record yesterday. He really could. As awesome as the game as it was, they left yards on the field. That's what's amazing about that.
He was 37 to 49,
I know.
462.
I know.
Yeah.
But they have $9 zillion on their offensive side of the ball. And I said this morning on the show. I have friends that, text me, and football friends. They're, oh, man, this Kansas City defense, they can't close it out. Blah, blah. It's not their job to close it out. At no point have we mistaken them for the Steel Curtain or the Baltimore Ravens with Ray Lewis. The money and the team is on the offense. The offense is supposed to close the game out. They didn't do that. That was what was a little disappointing. They did at the end. They close it out. They just don't. They flirt with danger and then close it out, and that's what I'm saying.
Before we get to Tampa Bay and some of their issues and what's been going on there the last month and what happened there yesterday, we talked so much about Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and what you're supposed to do there.
Yeah.
We haven't even said the name Travis Kelce, second in the league in NFL receiving yards.
Yeah.
You did bring up the fact that Mahomes is now able to be more patient, more consistently.
Right.
So let's wrap up that side of the ball with what is the right way? What's the right mix of man and zone when you have Tyreek Hill, Mahomes, you have as a supplement Kelce, and you've got a more patient Mahomes while he's still very explosive?
Yeah, there's really, there's no magic answer.
Wouldn't you be better off leaning more on the deceptive zone than trying to be risky and play man?
Definitely. Yes. And if you're going to play man, it can't just be man-to-man and we're rushing 5 and everybody's on an island, or we're rushing 6. You got to have man-to-man with guys in the middle looking to hit crossers or clog up crossers, or, man-to-man, like we said, where, okay, it might be, a defense end who jams the inside receiver while he's being played to man, and then he spies the quarterback and you have to give them different looks and, yes, change it up, disguises. You just got to give yourself any advantage possible.
Right.
The one thing I can tell you not to do on a consistent basis is blitz and play man-to-man.
Right.
And that's the issue. You can't sit back and play zone all game, and that's where I think Todd Bowles got frustrated because they had no answer for the RPO game. Mahomes and them were faking runs, and there was holes everywhere to throw the football. So he was sitting there going that, and Todd Bowles going, damn, I can't keep playing zone. They're killing the RPOs. So that changed it up a little bit. But, either way, was a great game by Mahomes, Kansas City, but they left points on the
scary.
Yeah, I mean Travis Kelce, the first touchdown or the trick play where he tried to throw it to Mahomes, run it in. It's a touchdown. He gets cute and tries to throw the ball because he wants to be reverse Mahomes Kelce and be Kelce to Mahomes.
Yeah.
But last thing to say on this side of the ball. When they have Sammy Watkins back, which they did yesterday, they become, to me, they go into another stratosphere of dangerous because it just becomes, whoa. It's just hard to match up with all these guys. I don't care, zone, man, whatever. It's just he gets the ball into any of their hands, and it's dangerous. And, man, if they can get Watkins, McCole Hardman, Tyreek, and Kelce all healthy at the same time and hitting on all cylinders, yeah, I don't know how you stop. You don't stop this offense. You don't stop it.
Right.
You stop them by them not scoring 40, and you just keep them to 27 or 30.
Right.
About as good as it is, but you're also depending on them to fall asleep at the wheel a little bit too.
Which I think I was thinking watching it yesterday and listening to you talk about the second half.
Yeah.
They kind of did do that. They kind of fell asleep a little bit, but then woke up enough at the end to keep the ball away from them.
Exactly right.
That gets us to the Buccaneers offensively.
Right.
And Tom Brady. They follow up that loss to the Rams. With this loss, they were in position by keeping the Chiefs to just 27. About a month ago, we were talking about this team as maybe the most complete team in the NFC.
Right.
With the thought of what happened yesterday, what's going on with this team that's clearly taken a step back?
Yeah, well, we mentioned the defense and, just a little of the issues there. Offensively, I feel like it's a little bit of an identity crisis, a little. That would be the first thing I would say. And I'm not backing down. I mean, they still have the potential to be the best or one of the most complete teams in the NFC. It hasn't been perfect, but, man, there's a lot of good things to like about their football team. We'll see where it goes. But on the offensive side of the ball, Paul, again, I just at times, it's a lot of good players, and it's Brady, and there's a lot of good, too. I just don't know what is the attack plan.
What should it be?
Well, my thoughts. I'm a big believer in the best offense I see, and some of the best plays I saw yesterday were 2 tight ends on the field and Brady underneath the center, and them pushing the ball down the field aggressively. That, to me, was the best thing they did. Early on in the game, you saw them getting the shotgun and the spread, right, and do all those things, and it led to nothing. They had third down problems. You can't go 0-4 on third downs against the Kansas City Chiefs in the first quarter. And, they're playing the shotgun, spread it out, but Spagnuolo's got creative blitzes and fake blitzes and all of those things. And Brady's not the type of guy to where, all right, at 43, or really at any point in his career, where it's going to be like, oh, wait, they're blitzing. Oh, it's a fake blitz. Oh, let me move around and make something happen. No, he's kind of like, oh, wait, it's a blitz. I'm going to get it out. Oh, wait, it's a fake blitz. Oh, it's too late. I'm trying to throw a safe ball. Oh, it's off his head, an interception.
Right. And the numbers really support what you're saying about the pressure. Last 4 games, Brady against pressure, he's 46%.
They got a pressure problem.
1 touchdown.
Yeah.
4 picks.
Yeah, they got a pressure problem from 2 different ways here. One, the system doesn't always help out. Like the answers when they're in the shotgun, and some of those things I think are a little predictable. Like Spagnuolo knew where they were trying to throw hot routes on a few of those shotgun, I'm going to throw it. He had a good feel for he's going to go to the slot guy. Hey, linebacker, fake blitz and drop right here. So they had a feel for that. They don't have great answers that way. And then I think the second part with the pressure is, Brady can't move. He doesn't move at all. In fact, you don't even see the pocket manipulation like you saw in New England like you saw anymore. And I don't know if they're not coaching him the same way.
Pocket manipulation, you mean?
Like Brady used to be the king of, I'm in the throwing position. Ooh, a little slide step here, a little slide step there.
He was even doing it last month.
But whatever reason this month,
gone away.
It's gone into just get at the top of his drop and he just sits there and he doesn't move. And sometimes his feet are flat and there's no hop or anything. But yes, he's had issues throwing under pressure, making the right read, and making the appropriate throw, and that led to some issues in the game yesterday.
And in a close game like this against arguably the best team in the NFL, you can pick out 2 situations that really relate to what you're saying and what we saw against the blitz. Main differences, 3-point difference, third down. Mahomes was much better on third down.
Right.
He didn't throw a pick. Brady threw 2.
Right.
I mean, we could talk about 100 different things.
Yeah.
But if you want to boil it down to 2 things, third down and take care of the ball. One guy was really good.
Yeah.
The other guy was okay.
Right. And listen, third down is, as you know, And a lot of
That's
times
the
in
one.
the NFL, it's the play. It's a lot of coaches would tell you that's quarterback down in the NFL. Third down, I can't be right all the time as an offensive play caller. The quarterback's just got to make a throw or make a play sometimes because, damn, they're coached good too, and they got good players too. So you're exactly right. I think third down, and we saw one quarterback thrive when he got blitzed, and another one who, was hit or miss.
Yeah.
He made a few good throws against pressure yesterday,
sure.
too.
Yeah.
And we saw some completed deep passes. That was encouraging because we have been missing that.
Yep.
But, overall, I think some of those issues, of course, put them in the hole. And at 27-10, they had the ball twice and drove down the field, and blitz interceptions ended those two drives.
To your point about the deep ball success, the lack thereof, the previous 4 games, he was 1 out of 19.
Isn't that
on the
crazy?
ball.
I know.
That's unbelievable.
It is
almost
unbelievable.
like a typo.
I know.
Throwing the ball 20 yards downfield. Yesterday was 4 out of 7 for 152.
Yeah.
So that was a whole lot better. I want to get to a question from social, but one question as I watched yesterday, it's great to see Gronk playing a bigger role. Do you think he's too reliant on him sometimes?
Yes, I do. I think in any big situation, it's too much of, let me just find Gronk.
Yeah.
He's one-on-one, let me throw it up to him. And I think that's probably where Mike Evans is like, hey, what the f***? I'm one-on-one too, and I'm pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
But no, Brady's comfortable with it. And as we always know, Brady wants to throw the ball over the middle anyways. That's kind of what he does. So Gronk's right there in his vision. He's big, Brady's big, and he knows where to kind of place the ball to where he can get it and only he can get it.
Here's a question from some dude. This is either a Twitter handle or Pete labeling himself some dude. I'm not sure which one it is, but the question about the Chiefs defense. Pete said it is. It is you or it is somebody out there? It is a Twitter person. Okay, some dude. Chiefs defense is having a lot of trouble generating pressure with 4. Will that cost them in the postseason?
Well, it is what they are. You're right. I mean, it has not been great as far as just Frank Clark, Chris Jones in your face all the time. Hey, it's not an overly talented defense.
But all along we've said it just needs to be good
Just
enough.
got to be good. And that's right. And then Spagnuolo helps them out with what he does on that side of the ball. So they're a feast or famine defense. You look at the game yesterday. It's all-out blitz or it's fake all-out blitz and everybody drop into coverage. It's really only 2 things they do. And that's how they toyed with Brady on the first few third downs of the football game was, it was, let's see, all-out blitz on the first third down, and then he had it was a 10-0 Chiefs lead, and it was a 3rd and 2, and they faked the all-out blitz. And there was miscommunication because Brady's receiver wasn't looking hot, but he threw it hot because he thought he was going to be blitzed, but they dropped out, and then it's 17-0, and it's a 3rd and 2, and again, the Chiefs are showing all blitz, and they fake out, and there's 2 droppers in the middle. They're ready for the short throw and all those type of things. So what am I answering here? Is the pass rush thing going to hurt them? No, I don't think it is going to. Yeah, I'd love to see Frank Clark and Chris Jones dominate a little bit more if I'm a Chiefs fan, certainly. But I think the Chiefs, with Spagnuolo's coaching and everything they do, are just about maximizing what they got on that side of the ball, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And don't always expect it to be perfect. And to what I said earlier here, don't expect the defense to be the thing that has to close the game out.
Yeah.
Hey, Tyreek Hill's one of the highest paid receivers in football. Kelsey's one of the highest paid tight ends in football. We know what Mahomes is making. Watkins is making good money. Your left tackle's making good money. Your right tackle's making good money. The team is there for the offense to put the game away, not the defense. And, I know I want better from the defense, but I don't think that's going to be a huge issue is what I'm saying.
It was good to veer down the lane of the Kansas City defense a little bit to answer that question. But let's wrap this one up with the Tampa Bay offense. November was pretty hit and miss.
Right.
It was up and down for that group. If Bruce Arians gets up there on a whiteboard and says, okay, December, number one thing the offense has to do better to get us back to being talked about maybe as the most complete team in the NFC, what would you put at number 1?
I would say, finding an identity. Let's find a theme in which we want to play. Do we want to be a 2 tight ends team, run the football, play action pass? When we do drop back, we can keep one of those tight ends to max protect.
And you like that?
I like that. To me, that's the best Bucs. To me, that's where there's a culture war right now in Tampa Bay. For my money, it seems like Brady wants to be in spread out, shotgun. I want to throw it and get it out of my hands quick because I know he's the one that wanted Antonio Brown there. I mean, I know that. I don't need to be think. I know. So Antonio Brown is there because Brady wanted more weapons to shotgun and spread. I think Leftwich and Arians are going, no, that's not what we want to do. We want to, kind of run it, and we want to protect you and take some shots and hope you hang in there and do that. To me, that's when they're best. When they were down 17-0, even on he's shotgun, empty, right? The Gronk pass down the middle,
right.
It was a 2 tight ends personnel set. So that gives them coverage benefits. It makes teams less apt to blitz because they're worried about if they do get in the running formation with the 2 tight ends, we're going to be a little scared to blitz. But between that and then the start of the second half, hey, anybody go back and look at that. They run, and then there's a play-action pass. And guess what? It's Gronk wide open down the middle of the field. They only end up with a field goal, but those are the things that I like best when I watch their offense. And, even their second-to-last touchdown drive was more of that type of stuff. So I would like to see that. Mm-hmm. That's what I would like to see. I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Sounds like a problem with the quarterback of that stature wanting to do one thing and the coordinator and head coach wanting to do another, if that is indeed the case.
That's what I mean. I don't know if that's the case. All I can tell you is I know what Bruce Arians and Leftwich offense has always looked at, and it looked like more the 2 tight ends. We want to throw the ball down the field. Yep. I know the way Brady wants his offense to look, and I know this, that he wanted Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is in Tampa because of Tom Brady. So I don't think he wanted them for the 2 tight end sets. I think he wanted them so I can get in shotgun and I'll figure out where to go. It's not the same offense as New England. I don't think they're made and built to 6 yards Welker, Amendola, Edelman. That's not those type of receivers, and Leftwich and Arians don't have that type of offense, and that's going to be kind of the interesting to watch here down the stretch.
Fun watch. Almost 1,000 yards of total offense. Chiefs beat the Bucs 27-24. KC 10-1, and cruising Tampa Bay still in decent shape, but retreating a little bit. They're at 7-5.
That'd be dangerous, though. I mean, Tampa's one of those teams. They just got to get in the tournament. They get in the playoffs. A lot of teams are going to go, damn, we got to play Brady.
Right.
And the Bucs coming into town this week. That'll be scary.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.